Hey everyone, it's baze.djunkiii transmitting from Hamburg, Germany, back with a new video, and well, finally back with my chart haul video for February 2K24. The month has almost come to an end without me shooting one, but I had a lot of things on my mind, a lot of things to take care of, so I wasn't able to shoot like a proper chart haul up until this point, even though the month has only like 4 days left. But let's go into this quickly. The first one you've seen, of course, Chihuahua on Acid, same titled, one-sided, 7-inch thing on my label Introtarin Recordings, has been released earlier this month actually on like nice neonish kind of yellow vinyl. And what this is, of course, you've seen this in an like announcement video, is like proper Chicago house, Chicago acid. Actually, the production team behind Chihuahua on Acid is not from Chicago actually, but this sounds like Chicago 1988 actually. So proper like acid house goodness, proper uplifting vibes, available everywhere around and on BANDCAMP, of course. So if you like one of these, or if you like the sound of this, like check out the BANDCAMP link in the end card, of course, or like get your local vendor to order one, distributed worldwide by Word and Sound from Hamburg. So wherever you are, like in Japan or Chile or like the US or wherever, the UK, you can buy this or order this from any shop around if they are connected like to Word and Sound in Hamburg. The next one is a totally different vibe, but a vibe I haven't shown much, but I enjoy very much. So this is DJ Hellfish, or just Hellfish, with the All-Star Hardcore Wanker EP. Beautiful cover. Also a beautiful cover, and like as you can read here, Hellfish is a total wanker actually. So what this is, released on the Prospect label actually, which is from the Netherlands, a label that started out in drum and bass, but evolved into a label for like, well, breakcore, hardcore, crossbreed and all that kind of stuff. Is, well, tongue-in-cheek, hardcore. A lot of nonsense on here. So back in the days, or not so much back in the days, there has been like a documentary thing on YouTube, maybe also on TV in Britain actually, which showcased like a guy who's been a party promoter like back in the day, who's been taking like a lot of drugs, and they sampled a lot of like words and like conversations and like bits from this documentary, also like showing him like how much of cocaine and ketamine and weed he's consumed over his life. He's in the 60s right now, but well, yeah. And this is like sampling a lot of these like vocals from the documentary and put them into tracks which are called Wigford Wankers, Cocaine Wankers, Rolex Wanker, and Massive Wanker actually. This is like relentless hardcore, like 180 BPM plus banging music definitely. And there is an event in the UK which is called Bang Face, which is like dedicated to like hardcore, breakcore and all that left field, hard, over the top music. And this would have made a massive hit when played at the like Bang Face event. So yeah, that's good stuff if you like hardcore, gabber and all that kind of music. But a little bit over the top. I haven't played out much of this music in the past 10 or 15 years. Haven't done much radio shows in this style either, but I'd like to do more, so I'm like stocking up on a little bit of hardcore stuff. Which leads me to this one as well. A repress disintegrator lock on target on industrial strength originally, which was one of the original like hardcore and gabba labels from the US actually, but this has been repressed by DBH Music, which is a distributor run by Robert Rewek in Germany. And Disintegrator is a collaboration project of John Selway and Oliver Chesler, which is also known as the horrorist to techno and dark rave fans. And originally this has been released, I guess, in 92, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 92. This is like kind of proto-hardcore with a vibe and feel that is like leading towards the gabba scene that had to emerge at this point in time. dark rave, a little bit of acid in there, like banging relentless techno, probably on the harder side of what techno was back in 1992. So Disintegrator, Lock on Target, re-released, repressed via DBH Music, but originally on Industrial Strength. Great stuff if you're like a collector and music researcher like I am. So I see myself not only as a DJ and like label head, but I also like research actively a lot of like stuff that has been like around in the past, and like try to make the connections, and like get still like after like 30 years, roughly 30 years in the scene, I still try to like build my own picture of what the scene was back then and stuff. So I try to backward complete a lot of music from that era, which also leads me to this one, which is a novelty release kind of for me because I own the original, but well, a picture disc, and actually a beautiful one. This is one with actually no information on there, so backside is like a flipped image of this, but if you've been around in the techno scene, you recognize that logo quickly. This is the members of Mayday, the Mayday anthem, which has been remixed by Thomas Schumacher, which some of you might also know as Elektrochemie LK and under other aliases, a producer from Germany, released on his Electric Ballroom label. Originally, the members of Mayday, the Mayday anthem, was released, I guess, in 91 and 92 as well, and is a classic with its like big build-up and the like unique vocals like Mayday, 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 which was like the introduction for the first Mayday rave, actually, or the second, and also I guess the first proper rave anthem where a track was produced for a rave specifically to like as a theme track for what was happening. And this one, the original version is on here as well, but the main thing is a recut by Thomas Schumacher, which takes the like original sound and the original vocal bits and the very like distinct rave steps, but fuses them with like contemporary techno. So yeah, a nice update to have. Not an essential track because I own the original like members of Mayday 12-inch from back in the days, unfortunately without a proper cover, but this is like, well, for a collector and completist, a must-have because I've been around since the early 90s in the electronic music scene, so buying this when seeing this was a no-brainer. This one is like another interesting techno thing, like proper toolish techno in a beautiful cover actually. This is by Rico Püstel on the Exhibition label. Beautifully cut, as you can hopefully see with the reflection here on kind of oxblood marbled vinyl, and this one is called I Don't Get Techno Anymore, which ironically is a techno record actually, but well, a little bit of special thing, like it's proper toolish techno on there, like raw, unprocessed, like I love it. Not much of like a character to each of the tracks, like in terms of like having a specific, very cut through main synth motive or something like that, but this is for the toolish DJs and very minimalistic, as you can probably see in the reflection, so we got a lot of repetition going on there. One track is more dreamy breakbeat techno actually, but the specific thing about this is that each of the tracks is running out in a lock groove. So the main tempo is 133 and a third BPM, because this is like 4 times the rotation speed of a turntable to make a full bar. So and thus is a track you can use as a DJ, for example, if you have to use the bathroom throughout your DJ set and you are like pretty sure that this like won't be running out. So I Don't Get Techno Anymore by Rico Püstel on his Exhibition label. Proper toolish techno stuff, beautiful marbled oxblood vinyl, and you have 4 lock grooves as well. I guess almost sold out as a distributor for a reason, because this is good and toolish techno stuff. I've been missing out on like a lot throughout the like past years when it all became like well, kind of business techno and like mainstream big time reverberating bass drums and stuff. This is more raw, and if you like proper techno from the past, you will get techno. And there is more Rico Püstel to come in another video maybe. And the last one is a kind of re-release, reissue thing. It has been out on CDs on Freibank since 2019, but has now found its way onto vinyl. Mon Amour, Delinquent. Like Mon Amour is a long-time activist in the German post-punk, goth, ingenious dilettante scene, and in all that eras or areas. New album here, 12 tracks with guest appearances by Anne Esch and interestingly also Anja Huwe of X Mal Deutschland, which has some music to come and is released on Cheesy Crust Records from Hamburg actually, which is a kind of surprise because the label Cheesy Crust is more active in the electronic music scene, like techno and electro stuff, and also with its sub-label Car Sharing Tapes has released a mixtape of mine and Sascha Müller, aka The Devil, which I'm probably linking the announcement video for on the end card as well. And this one also has been released on kind of Oxblood vinyl, which has become a thing these days, also marbled. I don't know if you can see this properly, but this is how the labels look like and how the vinyl looks like. Good stuff. I guess only 300 copies have been made. And musically, this is, of course, in the darker realm, post-punk, goth. Think a little bit of Duff here as well, Deutsch-Amerikanische Freundschaft, and think a little bit of NRFB, Nuclear Rape Fog Bomb, which is a project of a very famous Hamburg-based punk legend, which has been doing a lot of spoken word as well and other projects. And with NRFB, he has touched on more electro punk and that kind of stuff. So very eclectic but good album if you like post-punk and electronic music. And tracks on here are, well, Sex to Go, Vielen Dank Herr Kapitän, which was more a kind of 30s diva vibe in combination with more gothic things. Sandsturm, Motorboy, which is a hard banging kind of sex anthem, kind of Sex to Go, Bang Bang, Sinnlos High. Interesting stuff if you're into the song oriented and more goth post-punk realm. Licensed by Cheesy Crust as catalog number 7 from the Freibank label actually. Yeah, that's it. Quick little and dirty chart haul late in the month actually. If you want to get more infos on those records, well, there is a link down there to the full chart post on my website where you can look up the names, the labels and all that kind of stuff. Also in the description box, of course, are DJ days, radio days, and all socials. BANDCAMP up there as usual, another video down there, and I'm gonna go into editing mode. See you in the next one.